He gonna get this work, nigga. I killed you. Hold up. He gonna get this work.
All right. What's going on, y'all? This is Clarence Jr. It's been a good minute since I went live on this channel, right? But I'm going to start using this channel a lot more and going live and just doing content more consistently because I feel as though there's a need for certain conversations to be had. Now, what we're going to talk about today is something that's been talked about a lot. However, the manner in which we're going to talk about it is going to be different. That's the thing, right? That's the difference. By now, especially in these spaces, we've all seen this footage over and over and over again. But the angle in which we're going to talk about is going to be slightly different. All right. So, but before we get too far, matter of fact, let's start here. For the longest time, there's been conversation / debate about who took the man out of the house and whose fault it was and who did this and that clip is embarrassing. Are you talking about the video that we're about to get into? They won't let us lead and all that. What's going on, Ricardo? If you're talking about it, it is, but we're gonna get into that. All right. So, matter of fact, where do I want to start? Right? Because once again, we've all seen the video. Yeah, it is embarrassing, but we'll get into that. We've all seen the video. We've all seen the clip. We all know what it's about. But I don't think a lot of us brothers. Oh, okay. Shout out to you from Jamaica. Okay. I don't think a lot of us brothers, us men, have taken the time to really think about what we are saying and what it means. Right? When you say that you were kicked out of the house or you lost authority in your home or the woman chose a better deal and the deal is government assistance, what exactly are you saying about yourself when you make a statement like that? I don't think a lot of us have considered that. But once again, I'm going to take this in a direction that more than likely you've never heard it taken. And so I'm going to go ahead and get straight into this part. And it's all going to connect in a second. Right? So bear with me. But I'm going to take you here. I'm going to take you to Numbers chapter 13. We're going to read a brief portion of this, right? Let me make sure you guys can see what I got right here. It's going to make sense all in the end. It's all going to tie together. All right? So just bear with me. All right. So, once again, this is Numbers chapter 13. We're starting at verse 3. So, at the Lord's command, Moses sent them out from the desert of Paran. All of them were leaders of the Israelites. These are their names: the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Simeon, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Issachar, and so forth and so on. Right? These are the names of the men Moses sent to explore the land. So just let me give you a quick backstory. Basically, they were sent to possess the land. But there was already people in the land that they were going to possess. So these men were sent out to scout the land and see what was there and who was there and to report back. So that's what they're doing, right? When Moses sent them to explore Canaan, he said, go up through the Negev and on into the hill country. See what the land is like and whether the people who live there are strong or weak, few or many. What kind of land do they live in? Is it good or bad? What kind of towns do they live in? Are they unwalled or fortified? How is the soil? Is it fertile or poor? Are there trees in it or not? Do your best to bring back some of the fruit of the land. So they went up and explored the land from the desert of Zin as far as Rehob, toward Lebo Hamath. They went up through the Negev and came to Hebron. All right. When they reached the valley of Eshcol, they cut off a branch bearing a single cluster of grapes. Two of them carried it on a pole between them, along with some pomegranates and figs. That place was called the Valley of Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes the Israelites cut off there. And at the end of 40 days, so they were there for 40 days, they returned from exploring the land. Now, this is the main part right here. We went into the land to which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. Here is its fruit. But the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. We even saw descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites live there in Negev. The Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live near the sea and along the Jordan. Look at this part. We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it. That's what one man is thinking. But the men who had gone up with him said, we can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. They said, the land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes. That's the reason I read all of that. But I'm going to go back to verse 32. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. Last part. We seem like grasshoppers in our own eyes. Now, why did I read that? I read that for a reason. Because, in my opinion, that's what's going on with a lot of black men these days. Because once again, let's recap what happened. They were going to possess the land. So they sent some men to scout out the land. The men went out there and they scouted the land. They said, oh man, it's flowing with milk and honey, and it's got this and it's got that. They said, okay, can we possess it? Can we have it? One man said, yeah, we can go out there. We can definitely take it. The rest of the men, not only did they not believe that they could take the land, but they went out and put that same thought into all the rest of the people. It says they spread a bad report across the land. They had low self-worth. They had low self-esteem. They didn't have a vision. And they spread that to everybody around. I just want you to think about some of the stuff that goes on in some of these manosphere or red pill or men's spaces, and how they talk about what men can have, what men can do, how women feel about men. And I want you to think, does that sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? Doesn't it sound just like what we hear in these spaces? How men go all around and tell you, you can't be married. You can't trust a woman. You can't keep a woman. She's not going to be faithful to you. She's not going to do this for you. Spreading a bad report across the land because they have low self-esteem. If you go back that last sentence, we were in comparison to them, We are grasshoppers in our own eyes. In other words, we see ourselves as low, as less than, as beneath. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play these clips, and I'm going to stop them and get back into them, and you're going to understand why I read from Numbers 13. It's all going to connect. So let's go ahead and get into this video that we've all seen a million times before. Let's go ahead and pull it up. All right.
Reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution on the relationship between black man and black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young... I'm
going to stop it right there for just one quick second to make this point. Understand that when we talk about the new black woman or the modern black woman, mainly what we're talking about is a woman with a job. So we'll talk about that more. But let's
married friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black.
Stop right there. We are fighting our own woman. If we're going to be honest, that right there sounds weak. He said, we are fighting our own woman. Then he said, our woman will not allow us. Well, it's getting worse. I'm going to go back a couple seconds so you can hear that part about being allowed.
Revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But
wait. Did you just hear that? The woman will not allow you to emerge as a man. How? The woman will not allow you to be a man. How? Okay.
Our black women who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you black?
Wait. Once again, this whole aiding white America and castrating the black man, understand that all of this is coming about because now black women have jobs. Like this is wild. It's just like all of this because now women can make their own money. Like, come on, man. I always had a problem with the so-called black males making statements such as black women won't let me be. Exactly. What you mean she won't let you be a man? How do you need someone else to let you be not only someone else, a woman? You need a woman to let you. Lord have mercy. Okay, we're going to keep going. A revolution within a revolution because, okay, let's keep going.
Blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying?
Oh, here we go. That was a good question. I wish you just would have stopped right there. How are we castrating you? And then she says, what about the black professional woman? Basically, she's saying, listen, all of this because we got jobs now? Like, that's kind of okay.
Trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function.
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever
Hold on, I hope it sounds like he said we're not asking you to take a step back. We just want you to know your role and step back. Hold on, let me go back. Let me I know he ain't just say that.
we saying that you have got to be astute enough and
Black women the right to be creative, the right to function.
we're not asking for you to take a back seat.
We're not asking you to take a back seat. Okay.
We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back.
He said, "Oh my!" It's like he said, "We're not asking you to take a back seat. We're asking you to know your role and just automatically take a step back." It's like on Chappelle's show with Rick James. He was like, "I'll never step on people's couch. What do you mean?" Then he turned right around and said, "Yeah, I stepped on his couch. He could buy another couch." It's like, hold on, you just said you weren't saying that. Then you turned right around 5 seconds later and said it. Okay. Oh, come on, brother. But okay. But listen to what. Okay.
The right to function.
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader.
White America.
Oh, man. Let's just be real. How often, how many times have we heard people in these spaces say what they're not going to take and what they're not? Okay. Well, I need you guys to, matter of fact, we'll get to that. Let me play a little bit more.
Is use black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified. We want to work. We can help.
Okay.
Wait. It's just so bad what's going on here. He just said the white man, the black woman is aiding the white man in keeping the black man down because she's working. She has a job. The fact that she wants to earn her own money and take care of herself, and give herself options and freedom, that is a hindrance. Oh, Lord have mercy.
How are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
That's man. I'm gonna stop it right there because his answer was insane. She asked him, how are you going to reprogram men to step in the roles that they say that they want? Because there's a lot of men who are more than happy and willing to take a step back and let the woman do everything and let her run roughshod. So how do you reprogram men to be more assertive and more strong and more manly and take over what they say they want? Because that's what men do. Men take. Listen to his response.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have.
How often do we hear things like that in these spaces? There's all these different issues and all these different problems, but you know what you got to do? You gotta fix the women. You gotta. It's funny you asked that because we're gonna get to him in a second. Think about that. no matter what issue the man has, no matter what shortcoming the man has, no matter what problem the man has, the solution to the man's problem is always something that the woman has to do. And this is going, I think this was 1968. Something like that. I gotta play that one more time because I couldn't believe he really said that.
Are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No.
She just asked him, men say they want to be leaders. So how are you going to reprogram men to start acting like leaders? And he said, you know what? We got to fix the will. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. This is crazy.
Oh, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income.
She's telling this man flat out that men lead. Men lead. They handle their business. They take control. So how are you going to program men to start taking control? And his answer was, I'm not. Instead, what I want to do is I want to program women to fall under the leadership of weak men. Crazy. But that's not even the worst part, right? And this is why, to tie everything in, this is why I read that scripture, or this is why I played this video, because I'm going to show you one last clip from a fan favorite of this channel, BGS Inmore, right? So BGS Inmore recently did and this kind of got the ball rolling on this conversation, right? BGS Inmore recently did a video where he was talking about the man being kicked out of the house and so forth and so on, right? But what I have to do is I have to give BGS Inmore his credit, because he spoke some truth. The truth that he spoke was this. He's saying that the man being kicked out of the house was a euphemism, right? That men weren't literally kicked out of the house. He's saying that the women took a better deal. And that's what he said verbatim. And that's what really got the ball rolling on this whole conversation. Because I said, hold on. You mean to tell me that black men have resigned and they themselves believe that government assistance, welfare, food stamps is a better deal for women than them? That's why I read what I read. We are grasshoppers in our own eyes. Because I don't know about you, but me personally, I don't believe that government assistance is a better deal for a woman than me. I don't, me personally. I don't believe that a woman getting a job makes me obsolete. Me personally, I don't believe that. I don't believe a card that you can swipe once a month and get you some food and a rent controlled apartment in a not so nice side of town and all that. I don't think that's a better deal than what I can offer. I really don't. And guess what? If there are women out there who believe that it is a better deal, that's not the type of woman I want to deal with in the first place. So I wouldn't be offended and I wouldn't be mad, because I'm not in that market anyway. A woman having her own job and her own money, that don't make me obsolete. That don't mean I can't lead. That don't mean I don't have no options out here. I offer a whole lot more than a job, than a paycheck. And I got one of those too. But outside of that, there's a whole plethora of benefits that come along with being with a brother like myself. But that's how I feel about me. What I realize is a lot of men don't feel that same way about themselves. And they'll say women don't feel that way. Some women may not, but guess what? The women who do not are not my concern, because women with that mentality, quite frankly, they're not in my sphere. They're not in my world. I've made conscious decisions to live in certain places, so I won't be around those women, is what I'm saying, right? Number one. It's wild, you know? You have grown black men who are telling you that they believe that when women decided to take the government assistance over the leadership of their black partners who they may or may not have had kids with, that the woman took the better deal. They think the government assistance is the better deal. We were grasshoppers in our own eyes. So let me go ahead and play with, because you think I'm joking. Trust me, I'm not.
Agreed to be under the supervision of the Court of Chancery, where judges can make a decision on their children. Stepdaddy became a state, and the father's wishes, the fathers, black fathers, were basically no longer needed.
Yes.
Or the idea of the father, of the black father, was no longer needed. She got her independence. She would rather that than struggle with her man. Even Mary Brown said the same thing. Hey, do you blame them? They took the better deal. And
they took the better deal. Okay, there's videos out there. I didn't go look it up, where on Hezekiah News. Okay, there was and she was Puerto Rican. She wasn't black, well considered. But the thing is, okay, she had 5 kids out of wedlock, and she could not get married to them, is because she would lose money by getting married to them. Okay, she would lose 20% of her income just by marrying that dude and trying to depend on his income. Okay, in fact, they call that the welfare cliff, even today.
No, I don't blame them for taking the better deal, but I want them to tell the truth about it. This young lady told the truth about it. She said that they could tell those Negroes to go. She said.
Now you hear what he said. He said women took the better deal. I don't blame them for taking the better deal. I want them to be honest about it. And see, this is where I have to be mindful that not all of us had the same trajectory and family history, right? Because I'm unfamiliar with this. I'm just being real. Because my mother didn't think my father was a worse deal than the benefits. My father led his home. Welfare benefits wasn't a better deal than my father's leadership. It wasn't a better deal than my grandfather's leadership. Welfare benefits was not a better deal than any of my uncles or great uncles. There's a lot of black men who are unfamiliar with the situation of the women that they are dealing with, feeling as though government benefits is a better deal than having them around. A lot of us are unfamiliar with this because in the situations that we got in with women, there was never even a question of, will I be with this man or will I take these benefits? It wasn't even like a conversation. It wasn't a thought. It's like we wouldn't even know where to begin. And so this is why I also talked, when you go back to that's the text. Because what was one part that was said in there? They went around the land and spread a negative report. They didn't think it was possible. They didn't think they would do it. They thought that they were small. And so they wanted to implant that thought into everybody else's head. And that's a lot what's going on in these spaces. You have a low view and vision of yourself. You feel as though women don't value you. And maybe they don't, but you also don't value yourself. And you are spreading that low opinion of yourself to as many other men that will listen. That's why when you listen to all this content, it's always the women feel this way about you. The women feel this way about us. Most of the women this. Most of the women think that. They're spreading that around to you. I'm just saying, I don't know why you would ever be in a position where you think it's a good idea to take advice from people who legitimately think that government benefits is a better deal than what they can provide. Not too long ago, I had a conversation with BGS Inmore, and I'm gonna have to find it and post some of that because I don't know if you guys remember this, but in that conversation, when we were talking about what the white man can provide a black woman versus what a black man can provide a black woman, and I said that I can provide a black woman just as much, the same thing, if not more, a white man can provide her. He thought like it was like the craziest thing on earth. Like, I can't believe you said that. You are tripping. You don't really believe that. Listen. Once again, we were grasshoppers in our own eyes. And because we're grasshoppers in our own eyes, what did they do? They spread a bad report across the land. It's really that simple. For whatever reason, a lot of brothers have low self-esteem. And that influences how they see women, how they see relationships, how they see the world. And they are spreading that bad report to anybody who will listen. But once again, keep in mind, some of us, when you talk about the women in our lives thinking that government benefits is a better deal, that's foreign to some of us. Some of us don't know anything about that. Conversations about not being allowed to lead, some of us don't know anything about that. And so it's getting to a point where you're going to have to really think about who you are following and what legacy, what history do they come up under in terms of the men that came before them. It's really that simple. Because a lot of you are following behind men who have low self-esteem. Because once again, the idea that government assistance is a better deal, I don't understand that. The idea that you have in all these issues and problems with being with a woman because now women can have a job and have some money, I don't understand that. Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be certain women that you may not be able to deal with because of the amount of income that they have or have access to. But let's just be like, we always get mixed up on the numbers. A very small percentage of Black America overall is making six figures. That's number one. So the percentage of women that you would actually not qualify for because of their income being significantly higher than yours is a very small percentage. But once again, at a certain point, you have to ask yourself, is this relationship content that I'm listening to, is this having a positive or negative impact on my self-worth and self-esteem, which would then lead to me either having better or worse outcomes with women. And it's really that simple.
Thank you.